Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to share 5 simple habits that changed my life in just 1 week. I know it sounds impossible, but trust me, these habits aren't just fluff you hear everywhere. They're real, raw, and honestly life-changing. I've personally experienced the ups and downs, the struggles, and the breakthroughs. And let me tell you, these habits will seriously transform your life if you give them a chance. If you're looking for more energy, better mental health, and just a happier daily routine, stick with me. These habits will help you get there, and I can't wait to share the transformation with you. Whether you want to be more productive, feel more positive, or just live your life with more intention, these 5 habits will give you the boost you need. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into the magic that can happen in just 1 week. Trust me, you want to stick around for the full video, because these aren't just tips, they're actionable steps you can start today. Habit number 1, wake up with purpose. Let's talk about waking up early. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be the biggest night owl. My bed was my best friend, and my alarm was my worst enemy. I hit snooze every morning and was always rushing to get out the door. My mornings were chaos, and honestly, I felt like I was starting the day behind. But here's the game changer. One morning, I decided to try waking up 30 minutes earlier than usual. And let me tell you, it was rough at first. But after just 3 days, I started seeing huge changes. I had more time to wake up gently. No stress, no rushing. I was able to meditate for 5 minutes, stretch my body, and even enjoy a cup of coffee in peace. I felt more present in the morning, and that calmness stuck with me all day long. One of my favorite memories? Watching the sunrise one morning and feeling so thankful for that quiet time. I realized in that moment how much power there is in starting your day intentionally. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. like I did. Just try waking up 10 minutes earlier, and you'll see how it changes everything. Habit number 2, move your body every day. Next up, exercise. Okay, I'll be honest, I was never a gym person either. I used every excuse in the book. I'm too tired, or I'll do it tomorrow. But 1 week, I made a promise to myself to move my body every single day, even if it was just for 20 minutes. The first few days, it was tough. I felt sore and I wanted to quit. But something amazing happened by day 4. I started waking up with more energy. I felt better. And not just physically, mentally too. I realized exercise wasn't about burning calories, but about taking care of my body and my mind. Let me tell you, one of the most freeing experiences was going for a jog one clear morning. It wasn't about speed or distance. It was about me, the open road, and the fresh air. It gave me space to think and feel calm. Over time, I realized that moving my body helped clear my mind. Start small, maybe a short walk or stretching for a few minutes. Don't overthink it. Just move and see how it impacts your mood, your energy, and your life. Habit number 3, write it down. Journaling for clarity. Now, let's talk about journaling. I used to think journaling was something only super organized people did. But let me tell you, after just a week of writing, I was hooked. I started by writing down just a few sentences at the end of each day. How did I feel? What went well? What did I improve on? Simple, right? But over time, I noticed something powerful. I was becoming more aware of my thoughts, my habits, and even my emotions. One night, I wrote about how stressed I was at work. By putting it all on paper, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. And the best part? I could see patterns in my behavior, things I could improve or change. I also started a gratitude list where I wrote down 3 things I was thankful for each day. It was a game changer. It shifted my mindset from what's missing to what I already have. So if you've never tried journaling, don't overcomplicate it. Just write whatever comes to mind. Your thoughts, your dreams, your fears. It's a great way to clear your head and really understand what's going on inside. Habit number 4, slow down and savor your food. Let's talk about eating. How many times have you eaten in front of your phone or computer, barely noticing what's on your plate? For me, I was often scarfing down meals while multitasking. But once I tried mindful eating for just 1 week, everything changed. I made a commitment to eat my meals without distractions. No phone, no TV, just me, my food, and my thoughts. And you know what? It was one of the best decisions I made. I started noticing flavors and textures I had never paid attention to before. The sweetness of a ripe strawberry, the crunch of fresh veggies, and the comfort of a warm bowl of soup became moments of gratitude. I also started to pay attention to how my body felt. Instead of rushing through meals, I paused when I was full. And guess what? I ate less but felt more satisfied. So, if you're always eating on the go, try this. Set aside 1 meal a day where you can eat slowly, pay attention to the flavors, and really enjoy the experience. Trust me, it will change how you feel about food in your body. Habit number 5, disconnect from the digital world. Finally, let's talk about screen time. We live in a world full of distractions. Social media, endless news cycles, and Netflix binges. It's hard to escape it. But after a week of limiting my screen time, I felt more present and productive than ever before. I started by limiting my non-work screen time to 1 hour a day. That meant no scrolling through Instagram, no endless YouTube marathons, and no late-night TV binging. It was tough at first, but I quickly realized how much time I was wasting on screens. And with that extra time, I rediscovered hobbies I loved, like reading, drawing, and even cooking new recipes. I also found that reducing screen time helped me sleep better. I wasn't lying in bed scrolling on my phone anymore. Instead, I started a calming nighttime routine, reading a book, meditating, or simply reflecting on my day. And let me tell you, my sleep quality improved so much. If you're feeling overwhelmed by your screen time, try limiting it. Start small, maybe an hour or less each day. Use that time to reconnect with yourself, your family, and the world around you. It's a small change, but it can lead to big results. Habit 6, reading every day. Now let's talk about reading. This one might seem simple, but it is one of the most powerful habits that can completely change your life. You don't have to read hundreds of pages or even books every day. Start small, just 15 minutes a day. I used to think I didn't have time for reading, but I quickly realized that it wasn't about having time. It was about making time. At first, I set aside 15 minutes every morning, just after my early wake up. I started with short motivational books and articles, things that inspired me. What happened? My mindset shifted. I began to think more clearly and felt inspired every day. Reading not only improves your knowledge, but also reduces stress. It can take you to another world, even if just for a few minutes. There were days when I felt overwhelmed, and those 15 minutes of reading felt like a breath of fresh air. So, if you haven't already, try reading just 1 chapter each day, or even just a few pages. Start with something that interests you. It could be fiction, self-help, or even a blog. You'll notice how much more present and engaged you become in your daily life. It's a habit that fills your mind with new ideas and perspectives, and that can only be a good thing. Habit 7, practicing gratitude. Next, let's dive into gratitude. It might sound a little cheesy at first, but trust me, this habit is life-changing. I began practicing gratitude every night before bed. And no, it wasn't just about listing the big, obvious things like family or health. It was about noticing the small things, like the delicious cup of coffee I had in the morning or the laughter I shared with a friend. Every night, I wrote down 3 things I was thankful for, no matter how small they seemed. The first few nights felt weird, but as the days passed, something incredible happened. I started noticing more and more positive moments throughout the day. One day, I found myself sitting in traffic, stressed out when I decided to look around. I noticed the sun setting beautifully behind the trees, and I felt a deep sense of peace. Gratitude helped me train my brain to look for the good, even in tough situations. So, I challenge you to do the same. Write down 3 things every day that you're thankful for. They could be big or small. It's not about what you write. It's about shifting your perspective and seeing the beauty in life's little moments. Habit 8, setting clear goals and priorities. Finally, let's talk about setting goals and prioritizing what matters. This habit was a game changer for me. Before I started, I felt like I was always busy, but never truly accomplishing what I wanted. I decided to change that by setting clear goals every week. On Sundays, I sat down with a pen and paper. No screens, just me and my thoughts. I wrote down the top 3 goals I wanted to focus on for the week. Whether it was something personal like improving my fitness or professional like finishing a big project, having clear goals helped me stay focused. I also made sure to prioritize them. Instead of trying to do everything, I worked on what mattered most and what would move me closer to my bigger vision. One of my most memorable moments was when I finally completed a long-term goal that I've been putting off for months. It was a huge accomplishment, but it didn't happen overnight. It happened because I was clear about my priorities and I tackled them one step at a time. So, if you want to make lasting change, start by setting goals that truly matter to you. Write them down, break them into manageable steps, and focus on one thing at a time. Habit 9, practicing mindfulness or meditation. Mindfulness and meditation were absolute game changers for me. We're often so caught up in the whirlwind of our thoughts and the busyness of life that we forget to actually be present. When I first started practicing mindfulness, I didn't even know where to begin. I simply started by taking 5 minutes every morning to sit quietly, focusing on my breath. At first, it was hard to clear my mind, but over time, I began to feel more grounded. I learned to observe my thoughts without getting lost in them. It wasn't about stopping my thoughts. It was about creating space between me and my thoughts, realizing that I didn't have to react to everything. One of the most incredible things that came from practicing mindfulness is how much more at peace I felt during stressful moments. Whether I was in a tense meeting at work or in a chaotic situation at home, I could take a deep breath and center myself. I recommend starting with short sessions, even just 5 minutes. Over time, you can gradually extend the time and try different mindfulness techniques. It's about making space for calm and learning to be present in each moment, not stressing about the future or dwelling on the past. Habit 10, moving your body every day. This one is a classic, but it's so essential. I wasn't always a gym goer, and I'll admit that getting into the habit of daily movement took some time. But once I started, the benefits were undeniable. Moving your body doesn't have to mean an intense workout every day. It can be a short walk, stretching, yoga, or even a few minutes of dancing in your living room. For me, it started with just 10 minutes of stretching every morning before I even got out of bed. I gradually built it up to a 30-minute routine of walking or bodyweight exercises. And even if I had a busy day, I made sure to move my body for at least 15 minutes. What I noticed after adding movement to my day, my energy level skyrocketed. I felt more focused, less stressed, and my overall mood improved. Plus, it gave me a sense of accomplishment right from the start of my day. No matter how busy your day is, find a way to move for at least a little while. It doesn't need to be complicated, just make it part of your routine. Your body will thank you. So there you have it, 5 habits that completely transformed my life in just 1 week. Whether it's waking up early, moving your body every day, journaling, mindful eating, or limiting screen time, These habits have the power to change your life. But remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Start with one habit and let it grow from there. These small steps will add up and lead to big transformations in your life. I'd love to hear from you. Which habit are you going to try first? Or maybe you have your own habits that have changed your life. Share them in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss more content that can help you transform your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Keep growing, keep evolving.